All right, welcome to Naturally Aspirated, presented by Cars of Sherwood Park. I'm Mr. Cars of Sherwood Park, Dave. We're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Chili, who was the face shown at the end of our 2019 year in review. Did you know that?
Yeah, you sent me a video.
I'm just making sure. I didn't know if you thought I was kidding or not. And we're also here with Connor once again, now going by Bear.
Bear.
Okay, Bear. Okay, we got a couple questions that fans sent in on Instagram. So it's pretty much what we're going to go through today.
All right.
The boys know what we're going to start off with. And we're going to start off with our favorite Lamborghini of all time that was asked by some fan like 3 months ago, because it's taken forever for us to get the second podcast going.
Some guys are busy. You
know? Bear, do you want to go first, or would you like me to start?
My favorite Lambo is the Gallardo for sure, because it had so many iterations, and it was like, I think they really remodeled it well to stay relevant for 10 years. They produced it from 03 to 2013, and the Sesto Elemento was a Gallardo, and it was I think it was I had it written down. 999 kilos, 562 horse V10, weighs less than a Ford Fiesta.
Oh,
that's just some nice information you got to add in there.
Just fully carbon body, but that was a Gallardo version. They had the Super Leggero as well. So that's my go-to.
Yeah, I like the second, like the facelift one. The first one, obviously very like early 2000s, but the second one was pretty cool. It definitely did look good. My personal favorite is the Performante, just because I think it looks like it's still super aggressive like Lamborghinis are, but it's toned back a little bit. And then obviously I've never driven one, but from what I hear and looking on like the interior and stuff, it's very Audi, and Germans make good cars. I like Italian cars, but as we know, they're not always the best quality over time. So what about you, Chili?
Mine's gonna be a 2014 Lambo Huracan, and that's because I got to sit in one for sure, and I was there when he was driving it around and everything. So obviously, just give me my favorite just because of personal experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Another question that was asked was just their top brands of the next year or so into the future, what they are. For me, Rimac, who I just wrote an article on, they just seem like such a cool brand. They like everything they do. They just so cool technology, and I've watched a couple tours around their factory, and it's just the culture seems like a fun place to work. It's just cool to see. It's not like super strict or anything like that, and just like it's just everyone's laid back, and it's cool because they're just pumping out 1,000 horsepower and just group of guys chilling.
They're just like the boys having fun.
It's like,
the boys reinventing automobiles.
That's their slogan. It's just like right above. It goes like Rimac in like small letters, and then just that slogan giant right underneath.
And then, like I mentioned in the article there, they carry technology over into Aston Martin, Koenigsegg, Jaguar, the Renault Nissan Group, and Porsche owns 15% of them, and they had input in on the Taycan. How's it pronounced? Does anyone know how it's actually supposed to be pronounced?
I've heard it both ways.
I've heard it both ways too.
I've never actually
but I think
heard.
it's Taycan.
Maybe you'd have to like call a person who actually works there and ask them.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, get their number.
What about
0
you?
0 to 60 in 2.4 though. The Taycan Turbo S.
Yeah, not
crazy
bad.
fast.
Not bad at all. What about Bear?
Well, McLaren's dropping the Speedtail this month, and I know you don't really feel too kindly about that car, but I don't know. I think it looks cool, and it's like a follow up to my favorite McLaren. So
I like McLaren.
Can't complain.
I like McLaren, but it's just like last podcast was named "What the hell is McLaren doing?" for a reason. They drop a new car every 3 months. Like, are they still making 570Ss? Does anyone know? Like,
they're making a spin-off 620R. And that's dropping this year, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe
which
that's not confirmed that it's this year.
I saw that as well, but they just came out with the 600 LT.
Yeah.
like
that's McLaren.
Yeah, there's so many cars.
Apparently, though, the Speedtail hit 250 in testing, which is faster than the F1 top speed.
Yeah, I mean it looks fast. It's like I think it's just such a weird shape.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about you, Chili?
Trying to find this one. I saw it the other day, It was called what the frick. I'm kind of into these new concept cars just because like the new ideas around types of cars that you can have, and like there's a lot of new companies pumping out these new types of concept cars. If they can actually pull it off is a real question, but the ideas behind them is pretty interesting. Like I was looking at this 2020 Mercedes vision for an AVTR, and it looks like a car coming straight out of Tron. Like honestly, you know, those bikes that they had.
Yeah.
That's what the side of this thing looks like, and not too much about what the actual car is gonna be doing on this article that I was reading. But if they can actually pull this off, I think that would be my favorite.
They've had a couple of vision concepts over the years.
Yeah.
They're always really
They always
cool.
look sick.
Yeah.
But if you could actually pull this off, it's supposed to be an electric car, so not 100% sure on how that's gonna work in today because of the whole. I mean that article that you just put out.
Well, I read a, what's it called? Not a survey. You know, the government of Belgium did a thing where they like looked into electric cars, and they were saying with 60% of the world's energy put out by burning fossil fuels, and the majority of it being coal, which is really bad.
Not
like,
super efficient.
Yeah, like worse than gas or diesel or anything. That it said that electric cars, the gasoline cars right now, is almost 1-to-1 on how much carbon dioxide per kilometer they put out, which is like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like,
But with electric cars, there's more like potential to get that number down.
Yeah.
obviously, and
Especially with today's.
it's where you're living and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like here
You can't.
you're burning.
Yeah,
coal.
you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Also, your car's not starting in minus 40-degree weather.
Yeah. One thing that when I was in Vancouver last year, sitting around the table with Motor Trend and the Electric Car Association of British Columbia, and one of the guys just like, we were just talking about electric cars, and he's like, yeah, but like we did some testing in Prince George, and they were losing like almost 25% of their power just range at being under 0 degrees Celsius. I'm like, well, and I started laughing, and they like looked at me, and I was like, where I come from, it's like minus 20, not 0.
No,
so
it's certainly a lot colder than just the 0 degrees.
You're getting like 50 kilometers. You gotta stop on your way to work 3 times.
Yeah.
Plug it in.
Well, there's this one in the city that I drive by almost every day, and I think he plugs it in every night. So.
Oh yeah.
Just to
with
like keep
this
it
weather,
going.
you have
He's. I mean, it's a nice car.
Yeah.
It looks slick on everything, but if you think about the energy consumption, just because of how cold it is, it's gonna be the same as gasoline.
Yeah.
Like my crappy car gets 600 kilometers a day.
Yeah.
If your electric car is getting, 300, and you have to plug it in constantly just to keep it alive. Yeah. Another company I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this year. Just Aston Martin they got sold to Lawrence Stroll, the Canadian billionaire. So I think that's like some real money in them now, as well as they're going to take over Racing Point F1 team, which is going to be sweet, which they look really interestingly fast in preseason testing right now. So there's a lot of money there, and I'm interested to see what direction they go in here, because they kind of just like split. They got the Vantage and the DB11 and the DBX, and then the Vanquish, Valhera, and Valkyrie, and they decided not to go into WEC now.
Well, they're sparring.
Le Mans, yeah,
to the auto blog.
They're gonna drop out, is what they're saying. Lawrence Stroll said. It's like, I don't know. They're just like, you're making hypercars and GT cars.
They were just like extremely in danger of just going like out, like going defunct, because they didn't have money, and the DBX was kind of like their last hope to like stay in the game, but now they got new owners. So
while we're here, let's talk about the DBX before I move on. What do you think of it? Because in my article, I wrote about how I really like it.
Yeah.
The more and more I see it, I don't like it anymore.
I don't know. It looks a little kind of
buggy.
Yeah. It looks. Yeah.
Although it is like I've heard it's an extremely sporty.
Yeah.
SUV, like it's just like to the max.
It's just like a sports car.
It's kind of like a Frankenstein
yeah.
Of parts from other Astons, but.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got the big front grille, but let's look at the back. Okay, the back is like, that's like. Let's see if I can find one from kind of the side of the back.
Well,
it is
definitely built to be aerodynamic.
It's
you can
like
tell by the way the curvature
it looks like it's just got it's got a vantage back and then just like something else on top, but it looks awkward.
If you look on the back of certain semi trucks, they have that for types of like for aerodynamics, so you're burning
like
less fuel.
on the top of the semi.
Yeah, on the
tractor.
What on the tractor?
Yeah,
no,
like
on the
front.
back of their actual trailer, they have this extra part that comes out for aerodynamics. It burns less fuel, and that's what that design is.
Do you know what he's talking about? I have no idea.
Have you never seen that before?
No.
I never really looked for it.
Yeah. Oh, well, look for it next time.
I usually just pass semis as fast as I can.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it looks like, honestly, it looks like a Frankenstein, like you said. It's just got pieces of everything all over it.
It also makes it like a good car to drive, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doubting it. The interior is like super nice. Like it's sweet.
And they have like, I don't know if they have bucket seats, but they have.
They're like.
They're from another DB.
Are they from the DB11?
I think so.
Or DBS?
I think they're from the DBS. I don't know.
I think they're from the
They're
DB.
borrowed seats from a DB.
But it looks, I don't know. It's a little. Yeah, they're nice. That interior is nice.
I've heard the handling, like the suspension's like super tight and the handling's
it's
extremely
it's
crisp.
super sporty.
Yeah.
But also they had that input of, I want to know like, because the AMG stuff, you know how they like kind of partnered with AMG there for a bit? How much of that actually like went into DBX, and is that going to continue with Lawrence Stroll? Or are they going to go back to being their own little thing?
I mean,
that's a good question.
It seems like a good SUV. So
look at the center console and then think of AMGs. Like, it almost has the V8 thing that the AMG GT has.
Yeah.
Well,
I just noticed that.
I mean that interior.
I can't really see why they would deviate from this, because it's. I mean, this is their first SUV. Mercedes has had SUVs for years.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What about the Valkyrie while we're still on Aston Martin? I think it looks like it's kind of ugly, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not too much of a fan of
I
that.
kind of dig it.
I know it's like supposed to be super aerodynamic because
Yeah.
it's designed by a Red Bull F1 team, right? So, and Adrian Newey, but like it kind of looks. I don't know.
Is it road legal?
Yeah, the Valkyrie. Yeah.
Is it?
Valkyrie,
just
and then
ripping around.
Valhera's underneath the Valkyrie, and then Vanquish.
The Vulcan's the
What's the starting price for
Vulcan
that?
is the non-legal one, road legal one. The Vulcan's the coolest one. It looks sweet, because it looks like it just looks like it looks like an Aston Martin, or this thing just looks like, I don't know, looks like a Le Mans car, which aren't that attractive.
Yeah.
Like super. Like, I'm sure it's a beast around the track because it's probably just glued to the road, but
For sure.
But it's not.
I mean, if you have, what is actually? That's a good question. What's the starting price for these?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can pull it up here somewhere. Wikipedia. Always,
I feel like
always
Always
good.
right.
Yeah, close enough. Like, it does have a V12 though. Like no matter who cares what it looks like when it has a V12. Let's see. Aston Martin Valkyrie.
Yeah, and if you have, I'm sure it's insane money, and if you have that kind of money to spend on a track day car.
So
3.5.
3.25. But then it also says 3.5. Well, 3+ million.
Different
Yeah.
trims, different packages.
Yeah. But what are you? So what's like your comparisons of Bugattis, like and Koenigsegg's? I'd rather get a Koenigsegg or a Bugatti than that.
They just look nicer than.
Yeah, that's true. Or like a Pagani.
Yeah.
Or a Pagani, yeah.
Those are-
Pagani, I'll probably get a Wire.
If you just had money to burn.
I love Koenigsegg's. I gotta get a Koenigsegg. They're so sick. They're just like unreal. Okay. Another question from a fan. What's your favorite car you saw in 2019?
Ooh, I went down to Vegas and I saw like a cherry red 812 super fast.
Oh,
So nice. I saw like an Aventador. I saw a couple Aston Martins. Yeah, they just had some really nice cars down there, but probably the 812 super fast was my favorite.
are you ready? Or are you still thinking?
No, I got mine.
You got yours? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was at the Porsche show when we saw the Spider 918.
Oh, the 918 Spider.
It was
Yeah.
just, and it
You have a
was.
picture?
I don't have a picture of it.
It's like
it was.
it's yellow,
Yeah, and it was
it's
just.
sick. And it's got Weissach pockets.
It was
so
just
it's got, like,
sexy.
Sen-
If I'm gonna be honest with you, it was just
It
a
was
sexy looking car.
Like highlighter yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
sick.
it's
That's
sick.
sick.
It's a sick car, absolutely. So this was a crazy year for me. I traveled a little bit over Western Canada, some different motor shows. Honorable mention, that 918 Golf at Porsche Center Kelowna, which was unreal
Oh my.
spec. Saw a bunch of Sennas, a bunch of Carrera GTs, which is crazy to see.
Yeah.
Like 4. Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato Shooting Brake, which $3 million car. That's so funny. I'm taking pictures of it at the Edmonton Motor Show, and I just hear people behind me just like chirping it, like, why? Who would buy that? That's the ugliest thing ever. Who buys a like station wagon? I'm like laughing because I know it's worth so much money.
and then the people who just like show up because they think there's free food.
Yeah.
They're like, what's that?
Yeah, I was at Maserati Rolls Royce Ferrari a couple of years ago, and guy was talking to his wife, big guy, you know, just why would you buy a Rolls Royce? And Chrysler 300 looks just like that. I was like, oh my god.
Do you remember the guy at the Porsche car show who just every time someone walked by would start washing his car?
Yeah,
It was what was that?
GTTRS guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It's
so
like-
funny. Like someone would walk by.
I don't think he wanted pictures of it or something.
Yeah.
Though. You wanted.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
purple one.
Yeah.
Oh, that
It
was
was like
at,
matte purple,
that was
too.
at Race for a Cure.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, not that one.
No, I don't think so.
Purple with black stripes.
There was no black.
There was no. It was just all purple.
There was no
Alright.
purple GT3RS. There's 2
there's-
black GT3RSs.
There's a purple Porsche. Maybe it was an 911 turbo.
I don't know. But I'm gonna have to go with, just like, you have to go with it. Bugatti Chiron in Calgary,
Yeah.
Cows.
Caltown. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It's way smaller than I expected.
Really?
When I looked at it, I was like, "Is this real? It looks
Really?
fake. It is so short.
Really?
Like it
Pretty
just
wide
looks.
though, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
really wide, but
Yeah,
it's
I
so
was gonna say,
short.
yeah, I was gonna say.
It just looks weird in person. Because whatever reason, the front bump thing makes it look like it's super tall.
Yeah.
Because it kind of got like the pug face thing
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
but it's super. It was
So that's
really,
why it's your favorite. Looks like a pug.
Yeah, like me. So.
Yeah, you and Danny DeVito both.
For you guys that don't know, somebody asked me the other day on one of my question story things on Instagram who would play me in a movie. And obviously, Danny DeVito. Like, no question. Didn't even have to think about it. But yeah, but that Chiron is like dark blue with light blue, and they're both like bare carbon and or painted carbon, whatever. But you can see the weave in it. It is sick, with like light blue calipers that are, I don't know, like 20 inches big or 20 centimeters. 20 inches, 20 centimeters. Which one should we go with? It's at least Let's go 15 inches.
15
Yeah,
inches?
15 inches.
Yeah, because 20 centimeters to 20 inches is a huge
Yeah.
difference.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, nope, that's less than a foot. Yeah, and they were just massive. It's just, I don't know. It just looks so sweet. And the back looks so cool in person. And it didn't have the American stupid bumpers on it.
Oh really?
And I asked the guy, I was like, hey, I noticed it doesn't have the American bumpers on it. Do they need them in Canada? Or is this a European car just for the show? And he was like, he had no idea what he's talking about. What I
He
was
just bought
talking
the car.
about. No, this guy worked for Bugatti.
Oh.
Jeez. Really?
He worked for the...
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And he's like, what
Was
do
he
you?
from here?
He's like, what do you mean? I'm like,
Was he?
Did he have an accent or was he like Canadian?
I think he's from Calgary. He must work at the dealership. I don't know. He didn't really have. He sounded Canadian, and he was just like, yeah. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, like the, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They're like super ugly.
Yeah, for the
Extended
road
bumper
regulations.
on the rear,
Yeah.
in the States. It didn't have it, so I was like, I thought it was a show car or something, and he's like, no, like this is someone's car in Alberta.
Maybe they just don't care.
There are 2 Chirons in Alberta. By the way. Just a little note out to the people out there.
I wonder how often they actually drive that.
Oh, never.
Because our roads.
Yeah. Oh.
Just go over potholes.
Like all you hear is just a clunk. You're like, oh no.
I got a funny story today coming home from work.
Expensive pothole.
Yeah, jeez.
He could probably afford to fix that whole road. So
It's like a $300,000 pothole.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was coming home today in my car and I had the sunroof open. There's lots of like big puddles and stuff. So like I was trying to avoid them, but I wasn't even going that fast. I was going like 30, and I went through this one, and it sprayed all over the back seat. And I like look up, and the back seat's just like muddy. I'm like, what?
No.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All sad story. Remember that guy with the Lambo, and there's a little bump there getting out of the parking
Oh,
lot, and all you hear is
bring
just
it up. Aventador S when we were at Cars and Coffee at Mercedes.
No.
yeah,
He's pulling out, and everyone's filming because it's an
and
Aventador, so it's gonna sound sick. And it's just like.
yeah, that's all you hear, and then the guy's like,
not happy, and then just rips away.
yeah. And he had 3 cars at that show too.
Yeah, the guy's well off guy.
Well, I'd say so.
SF90 Stradale.
Oh,
Talk about that one.
oh my God. Yes, added it. It wasn't on the list, but added it.
Well,
Always.
we were talking about what you're excited for next year, so or near future, I guess.
Well, I feel like
769 horse from a V8 and 3 lithium-ion batteries make it a final total of 986 horsepower.
Oh my.
Most powerful road-going Ferrari ever.
yes.
And just like the red just pops out so nicely. I just love that.
And one thing I want to say,
To the LaFerrari.
it's not.
Is it not?
It is
No.
not. The LaFerrari replacement is coming in 2022. This is not the LaFerrari replacement. That's why it's so
It's
cheap.
new.
It's not a special edition of Ferrari. It's just a new Ferrari.
Just a new one that you can just purchase quickly.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a quick, like, it's not even $1 million, right?
How much is it?
Either way, it's really cheap for what it is. Let's see. But yeah, it's not.
$625. I got it.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's not bad at all.
yeah, I'll take it. I was doing some configuring.
6.7 seconds to hit top speed of 211 miles per hour.
Ah, no big.
Wow.
Just sucked right into that seat.
Jeez.
It looks sweet too, just the whole thing. It looks like it's like a F8 on steroids. That's what it looks like. The front lights are so cool.
Yeah, look at the interior there.
Is there harnesses?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's the
I mean,
one
like-
you were showing me, and we talked about it on the last episode. I think this was the one that
Oh,
was draped over.
Big Brother, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it on last
Yeah.
episode because it was right before it came out, and they were just calling it Big Brother,
Yeah.
and everyone was like,
Word.
some people were saying it's gonna be like they were like, there's so much speculation on
As to what
and
was
such a
going on.
range on it.
Like, what-
Some people
what-
were like, no man, it's a V6, and then like some guys were like, no, like this thing's gonna be the fastest Ferrari ever,
Yeah.
and then luckily those people were right. If it was a V6,
Oh, I know.
like a Dino, I mean obviously I think they're gonna make a Dino, but this thing's sick. Yeah.
Oh.
And no, yeah, it's not the LaFerrari replacement. Common mistake, very common. I even see like someone I watched on YouTube that like is big and has a magazine said that, and I got so fired up because I was like, no, I saw the
Just
the
slamming his desk.
Ferrari said it's not. Like, but I can't even imagine what's coming out after then. What is the
What's
LaFerrari
next?
replacement
Who
gonna be?
knows?
That
Just excited for it.
it's gonna be like a Koenigsegg then if this is the thing
Yeah.
under. So what they're doing, this is a new model between LaFerrari and 812 Superfast is what it's supposed to be, even though it's better than LaFerrari. Like speed wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but another Ferrari. While we're on Ferrari here, what did you guys think of the Roma? Something like completely different. Looks way different than.
Like you're.
It's a Grand Tour.
Yeah.
It's a Grand Tour. It's
Yeah.
so it's beside the Portofino. Portofino
I like it.
and the Roma are beside each other.
I like it.
I
as
think it
well.
looks really, really good.
I think it's
Man.
Especially for
sleek
just
looking.
Like, yeah,
And
especially
it's-
for something you just
yeah.
cruise
Yeah.
cruise down the interstates. Like,
Some people think it's
I don't know
ugly,
that.
I don't-
I don't like the white color.
The
I
white,
Like this,
no.
this silver.
the silver one there.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, obviously the
Like
red's
gunmetal.
always gonna be nice. That
Yeah,
red
red-
is just
red-
it just
red's
pops.
I understand. Like they launched them with the girls being body paint color, which my understanding
Ooh.
is just an option. You don't
Oh, you
need
don't
to
have
do it.
Okay.
So, but in silver,
Yeah,
in silver it looks
Yeah.
good.
Click on that one.
Like that one has a red
Yeah,
body
yeah, I don't
paint.
know if I like that.
You can,
Yeah,
if you
with
get
some of
that
them, it looks
different color,
Black,
like
I
you go
gunmetal.
matte black.
But it's got like the SF90 interior, like the super futuristic interior,
Yeah.
which is sweet. You know, everyone who hates Ferrari was chirping it, saying it's an Aston Martin or a Jaguar. Like Aston Martin, Jaguar, wish. No way. Like it's definitely still a Ferrari. It's got the SB2 Monza or SB1 Monza headlights, and then it's got 812 Scaglietti rear lights from an older Ferrari. So, yeah, those people
It's a
can.
Ferrari.
It's a Ferrari. It is. It definitely.
What else
is.
can you say about it?
It
Really?
definitely is a Ferrari.
Look, when you things that come up next to it, beautiful.
Yeah, as the next thing to add in.
The one right beside it, new 69. What?
Google, I tell you, absolutely crazy. Okay, let's talk about the Mach E. Now,
This is my first time seeing this car.
I don't know how you missed this. It was like everywhere in the car news.
I've heard about it. I haven't really
Yeah,
looked
it
into it
was-
that much though.
So
So it's
for
bizarre.
the weird people who somehow don't know, like
Thank you very
Bear,
Jeez.
it's a Ford SUV called the Mustang, which already right there you're pissing off Mustang
Yeah.
people, and then calling it Mach E.
Yeah.
Seems like
it's a mess up, honestly, in my opinion.
That's
And
what I thought, but
I just don't like it. I really don't.
I listened to a Carfection podcast and they talked about it, and it was about how it's the greatest marketing thing done by a car company in the last couple of years. Everyone except apparently Bear was talking about it. It was everywhere. It was on it was
It's a
trending
good
on Twitter.
talking point. It's great
was
for
great.
that, and it'll explode
I hope
just
it's
because of
that
how
good.
controversial it is.
Yes, that's why. And they sold a bunch right off the bat.
But
'cause
now, how's it going to perform? Is the
that's
question.
it's got to perform well. They should have went either Mustang or Mach E, not both. You can't do
Yeah,
both.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the front end, but the rest of the car I don't like.
The back looks bad.
What does it look like?
They
I
try
haven't
to
seen
make it look like Mustang-y, but it just
Yeah,
looks.
it's so.
And Mach E sounds like it could be like a trim, not like
Yeah.
the model of a car. So when you say Mustang Mach E, it just sounds like a
Yeah.
Well,
cool
like
Mustang.
they used the Mach back in like the 70s, right?
Oh.
Like
yeah,
a
they
lot.
did.
Like those were their like. So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird. If they just called it the Mustang E, GTE, there you go.
I'll just take out
No one's gonna get pissed off about GT
Yeah,
getting
or just
stolen.
take
It
out
is
Mustang.
nitpicking though. It is just a name.
Thank you for listening to Naturally Aspirated, presented by Sherwood Park. If you enjoyed the podcast, leave a like and subscribe for more to come. To listen to the complete podcast, check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.